You're listening to the My Simplified Life podcast, and this is episode number 5. Welcome to the My Simplified Life podcast, a place where you will learn that your past and even your present don't define your future. Regardless of what stage of life you're in, I want you to feel inspired and encouraged to pursue your dreams, simplify your life, and start taking action today. I'm your host, Michelle Glogovac, and I'm excited to share my stories and life lessons with you while taking you on my own journey. This is My Simplified Life. Hey all, welcome back to another episode. I want to start off today with a slight confession. When I first thought about making a podcast, I thought, what do I have to share with the world that people are going to want to listen to? What makes me someone that others would want to hear, and what the hell do I know that I can talk about that's actually relevant to others? Luckily, I had some awesome supporters who encouraged me to start a podcast and assured me that I did have stories and life lessons that were going to resonate with others. So I started jotting down my thoughts and topics and hit the record button. It's been almost 3 weeks since I launched, and I have received some of the most absolute heartfelt messages from you guys. I have been brought to tears on many occasions in the past few weeks, and my heart is completely and truly full. It's made me realize that there are a lot of things that we need to talk about more of, so people understand that what they're feeling and going through is absolutely normal. Since I became a mom and have been surrounded by other moms, I found some common themes amongst the majority of us. It circles around self-care and how we all lack it. I had one girlfriend that I've known for 30 years send me a message last week saying, I had no idea that I wasn't alone as a mom, yet I've been suffering all these years trying to find my inner self. It breaks my heart to no end to think of someone, especially someone I've known for so long, to have been feeling so alone in wanting to know who she is and that she was struggling in any sort of way. I think we bottle these feelings up, and so often we just have no one to talk about them. We walk in our journeys alone and wonder what's wrong with us. I'm here to tell you that you're not alone, and it's so normal to have these struggles in life. I want to come at you today from the perspective of being a parent. Being a parent is tough. Whether you're a mom or a dad, when you become a parent, your entire world changes. As a couple, your marriage changes. There's this human being the hospital sends home with you who depends on you for everything, literally everything. And it doesn't stop once they're out of diapers and don't use a bottle anymore. No, you have to brush their teeth, remember their doctor and dentist appointments, get their flu shots, feed them, teach them their letters, their shapes, numbers, colors, potty train them. And then they become teens, and you have to teach them to drive, educate them on sex and drugs. And now we have screen time, and we need to worry about the internet and what they're up to and what they're seeing. In addition to all of this, you're grocery shopping and menu planning and cooking and cleaning up after them, bathing them, scheduling play dates. My goodness, the list is endless, and I'm exhausted just talking about it. So it's no wonder that when you break it down, moms and dads are feeling like they need to find themselves again because we are so wrapped up in these small humans. Now I want to pause for just a minute because I want you to know how freaking much I love my tiny humans. I love being the person they rely on for so much of this. They've changed my life, and I am still in awe of the fact that I'm their mom. Truly, how did all of this happen? And how do they grow up so quickly? They've definitely changed me for the better and seriously have shown me more about who I am and the strength and courage that I have. In giving them my all, though, there's always been a part of me that wants more. I've always enjoyed working and having financial stability, so when we had our first child, I told my husband I definitely wanted to continue working, and so I did. I'm lucky, though, in that I work from home, so it made things easier. I didn't have to leave our son at daycare early on. And we hired a part-time nanny. Since he slept a lot as babies do, I didn't need someone full-time. I literally got the best of both worlds. I got to work and be with my child. As our second came along, we continued with a part-time nanny, but then I was laid off. And we kept our nanny until while I looked for jobs because, let's be honest, looking for a job is a freaking full-time job in and of itself. But as the weeks went by and I didn't find something that I wanted right away and the opportunities weren't the right fit, we decided that I would stay at home with the kids full-time. This was great because it meant we did play dates, we went to new parks, visited the library, and many more activities. But I still wanted to work and to explore working for myself. Now, if you listen to the first episode, I talked about my career switch and how I came into podcasting. And for me, working is a big part of my identity and who I am. I feel like I'm accomplishing more than when I'm doing a load of laundry or menu planning for a week. Although I have to say it feels really damn good to figure out 7 dinner ideas in a single sitting. I love creating, and I'll never forget the first time I saw my show notes go live on a client's website and all over their social media. I was looking at the words I'd written, and it was awesome. I'm able to contribute financially to our household while being creative and doing something that I'm really good at, and those to me are really great feelings. But there's more to our identities than work, and a big part of that is how we see ourselves. I'll be the first to admit that I'm not thrilled with my outward appearance. I wish I was back at the weight that I was on our wedding day, but I also have to remember that I was working out 5 days a week. I didn't have 2 extra humans depending on me for things, and I used to get my nails done every 3 weeks. But now I find it hard to make time for those things. Don't get me wrong. I have a husband who is freaking awesome, and he tells me to go out, do these things. But in my mind, I'm telling myself that I should get more work done, or clean something, or do another load of laundry, or write a blog post, or go take the kids to another park day. A big part is saying I can't. But can I? Can I find 30 minutes a few times a week to get a workout in? I should be able to. Instead of scrolling through Instagram or Facebook, I should be working out on the elliptical. Heck, I could even scroll on those things while I'm working out if I really wanted to. The hard truth is that I know I'm not making enough time for myself, and it's really up to me and only me to create that time. Yes, we know I'm getting up at 5 a.m., and I treasure that quiet time, even if it ends up being just for 30 minutes. But that time for me is for work in order not to lose more quality time with my kids. I have yet to set aside time for myself, time to meditate or exercise or even work on my business. Instead, I'm working in my business, which I am truly passionate about, but I know I have to do more in order to be passionate about myself. In all of this talk of self-care, I decided to look up what the true definition of self-care is. There's an article on Psych Central that says self-care is any activity that we do deliberately in order to take care of our mental, emotional, and physical health. Self-care is something that refuels us rather than takes from us. It's not a selfish act. It is not only about considering our needs, it is rather about knowing what we need to do in order to take care of ourselves, being subsequently able to take care of others as well. That is, if I don't take care of myself, I won't be in a place to give to my loved ones either. Self-care is the key to a balanced life. I'm going to say that again. Self-care is the key to a balanced life. Whoa. Mind blown, right? Self-care needs to be scheduled, and our lives are freaking busy. You heard me list off everything that we're doing just for our kids, but then we need to add in what we do for work, for our clients, for our pets, for our homes that need working on, and we put all of those tasks on a to-do list and on the calendar. So why aren't we adding moments of self-care? I'm a planner. I still use a paper planner, and so does my husband. Probably one more reason why we're married. It's who we are. It keeps me in check, and I combine my work and personal activities on it. This week, as we've been prepping for vacation and my to-do list included flu shots and haircuts and podcast episodes for clients and podcast episodes for myself, I also wrote down to make a nail appointment. I not only wrote it down, but I told my husband that I was going to make one because I think that telling someone else holds you more accountable to following through. This appointment literally took me 1 hour, but it's 1 hour to myself and an hour of someone else pampering me. For me, getting my nails done might be something that seems superficial, but it makes me feel like I'm put together. And if it makes me feel good, then heck yes, I need to do it. Self-care doesn't just have to be about getting your nails done, though. That's one small thing that I personally consider self-care because of the way it makes me feel. Self-care can be something that's as small as a 10 or 15 minutes of reflection on where you are right now. It can be cooking your favorite meal, lighting candles at dinner because it makes that meal more special, taking a bath instead of a rushed shower, going for a walk around the block, having a glass of wine on the patio instead of in front of the TV, and engaging in a meaningful conversation with your spouse. Self-care is about doing something that fills your cup and your soul. One of my goals for self-care is to implement exercise more. I've said it before, I would love to do yoga. I'm thinking that maybe if I say it enough, eventually I'll actually do it. But there's something about yoga that equates to me relaxation and strength, and those are two things that I really want in my life. As we embark on our vacation, I'm going to make it a goal that when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to add some sort of yoga stretch or meditation and reflection to my morning, along with my coffee and the view of the ocean. I know I'll be taking some long strolls along the beach every day and night, and simply the thought of that relaxes me. It brings a smile to my face, and it is the true definition of self-care as I define it. As a mom or dad, I want you to take some time this week to reflect on what fills your soul. When you think about what small activity or thing makes you smile, what is it? What can you do that in this week or even today will make a change? If you're unhappy with your weight, then take a 10-minute walk. Take your kids and have them ride their scooters while you jog along. Instead of reaching for those chips, grab an apple or a banana. Drink your water. Keep a tally of how many ounces you've gotten. I want to hear how you're going to work on self-care for yourself. How are you going to show up for yourself and fill your own cup? Now, don't forget, friends, I am right there along with you. I struggle with my self-care and my weight and ensuring that I take care of myself. So I'm going to hold myself accountable and plan on showing you how I'm doing it too. I'll post in my Instagram stories, just as I do now, about how I'm keeping up with my promise to myself. So you can see that I'm not simply talking the talk, but I'm walking right along beside you. Please share with me how you're implementing more self-care for yourself. I want to see what self-care means to you. Share it with me in my DMs or send me an email. Tag me when you're posting those special moments, and let's get back to caring for ourselves just as much as we care for our tiny humans. As always, thank you for joining me, and remember that your past and your present don't define your future. You do.